How's it going, loves? So today, I want to let you know the reality and the outcome with your specific person is as clear as day. And I know that term, you're probably like, well, yeah, of course. I'm manifesting it. I'm absolutely going to get it. But that term, clear as day, is kind of what we want to get into and into the state of. So remember that we really want to get a clear, I was going to use air quotes, but it didn't really fit the situation. We want to get a clear idea of exactly what we want. And even Dr. Joe Dispenza would talk about this idea, and I think I made a video on this idea because I think it's so powerful, of combining a clear intention with a positive emotion. But today we're going to get really down into seeing that reality and outcome with your specific person, but getting very, very clear and precise and very detailed about it. Because as you get more details, again, the more real this outcome is going to be for you. And this is actually something that I've also talked about for people to do when it comes to a visualization or an affirmation or journaling prompt. The more details you get, the absolute better. We're telling our subconscious mind exactly where to go. So when it comes to your end state, if you are kind of thinking along the lines of, oh, I want to be married, or I want to have kids, I want a big house. How detailed is that? If you were to tell that to someone else, would they know exactly what you wanted? And you'd be like, well, if I said married to my specific person, kind of, you'd be like, well, where do you want to live? What do you want to do? Do you guys have some ritual weekly date night? Do you go to, what restaurants do you go to? How do you wake up in the morning? What do you guys eat for breakfast? Do you guys cook for each other? Do you don't? There's like a billion and infinite amount of details that you could always be adding. But that's why when it comes to a visualization, I would say run through all 5 of your senses. What are you seeing? What are you smelling? What are you tasting? What are you hearing? What are you feeling? Again, all 5 of your senses, go through those, and you're going to have way more than enough information to actually get into that feeling state and feel as if it is truly happening in front of you. The more details, the better. So I would almost take a moment right now and just write down exactly what you want with your specific person. And it's funny because a lot of us have probably been manifesting for quite some time, and we have never actually done this. And I know it's funny and crazy, but the clearer our images, the quicker and faster and better we're going to find that we get all of these things. Because again, if you don't have a clear intention or a clear thought on exactly what you want, how is your subconscious mind how is it going to know what to get for it? Like if you just say, I want to be married to my specific person. Okay? Act as if you are talking to a stranger and you are attempting to get if they can't draw, write, and explain your whole life story, a stranger to you, then we don't have enough details in it. Because again, think of the idea that I want kids with my specific person. How many kids do you want? Think about money as well. You want to be absolutely wealthy and rich with your specific person? How much are we talking? Are we talking $100 a month? I don't know, that could be wealthy to you. Or are you talking about $10 million a month? Like there is a huge difference in that aspect. And again, if you're talking to a stranger, they're going to know, okay, if you said you want to make a lot of money, is that $10,000 a month? Is that $100,000? Is that $1 million? Is that $1 billion? Is that $1 trillion? I don't know, maybe you want to make $1 trillion a month. That'd be awesome. And you can do it. So just get clear on that idea. And a really good example that I want to kind of bring into this that's going to make it more real or understand why being clear makes such a difference. I want you to imagine that, let's say I grab this big box and I set it up on the table and I pass it over to you, or actually I dump it out on the counter. It's a puzzle. And what if I said, this is your life. This puzzle represents your whole life and it's exactly the way that you want it. Put it together. And you'd be like, okay, what's the first thing that you would ask of me? Because you'd see all of these puzzle pieces, maybe even visualize them right now while watching this video. All of these puzzle pieces laying in front of you. There's a whole host of different colors. There's images you can kind of make out, but you're not really sure if that puzzle piece connects to that one or not. It's really confusing. But what is the first thing that you would ask me or ask anyone if you began to put together a puzzle? You would say, let me get the overall image of this puzzle, right? You'd want the picture of what it's supposed to represent. But when we don't have a super clear intention of what we want, we're attempting to put this puzzle together completely without that. We are attempting to basically go in the dark or completely without any other information to put this together just because we're hoping that it happens, right? But when you get that clear intention, how much easier, quicker, faster, and better are you going to be able to put that puzzle together, having the image of what it represents? So definitely don't wait one more second during your manifestation. Right now, get a piece of paper, write it down. Write down kind of broad ideas of what you want. So write down, maybe you want to be married to your specific person, you want to live in Arizona, you want to do this, you want to do that. Write those broad statements down. But then under each of those, I want you to begin just writing more and more details about it. So let's say you say, I would like to live in a big house. Where is the house at? What does the house look like? How many people are in the house? Really kind of, you could almost too, if you wanted to, look up architecture of houses and look back, I really want that one, I really want this one. And the more clear you get on, instead of just now you said big house, but now you're saying a mansion with certain architecture with this many people in it, in this place, at this time, with a river in your backyard, like the more details you get, the better of that image of your puzzle that you're putting together. And really, this is for your subconscious mind because you're not necessarily the one putting the puzzle together. It's your subconscious that's doing it. But your subconscious is like that stranger who you're giving information. And if we don't give them enough information or have a very clear mental image, they're going to give you they're going to try to figure out exactly what it is that you want and then give you that. So if you say, I want a lot of money, and then you get a check, I want to be wealthy beyond my dreams, and you get a check for $1,000 in the mail, you might be like, well, maybe I wasn't as clear. I want to make $10 million a month, right? But the more clear you are, the quicker, faster, and better you're going to solve that puzzle. So the quicker, faster, and better you are going to manifest exactly what you want into your reality. And this is such a eye-opening idea that most of us don't even think. It makes so much sense, but we don't actually think about it all the time. This isn't a new concept. Like I mentioned, Dr. Joe Dispenza would talk about the idea, his main thing with getting what you want is having a clear intention, so clear intention, and then also coupling it with a positive or uplifting emotion. And that's what we're doing here in the Law of Assumption, as Joseph Murphy would say, as Neville Goddard would say. We get that clear intention or knowledge and picture of what we want through visualization, journaling prompt, affirmation, whatever it is, and then we feel as if we already have it. That's that positive, uplifting feeling or emotion that's going to couple with it, as Dr. Joe Dispenza would say. But you will see super drastic results in the way that you actually even view your reality. And you know how I always talk about when you're in the state, when you're in that feeling, you begin to see how everything around you is actually moving perfectly to what you want. And before that point, it's almost invisible to us. But this is the same way. When you get that clear intention, you're going to see how everything is working out perfectly in your favor. And don't take my word for it. Try it out now and you can see for yourself. But if you did have any questions on this, make sure to leave them down below. Remember, as always, you can always reach out to me if you have a personal question or if you wanted one-on-one coaching at KyleAugustCoaching.com. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up on this video, hit that thumbs up button, and then don't forget to subscribe. But thank you again so much. I can't wait to see you in the next video.